Sports TV. That's where you want to be. Foggy mornings in the field, come the creek with rod and reel, doing what we love in Tennessee. Patriot Demolition presents Southern Woods and Waters with Hugh and Brandon Dowdy. Also being brought to you by Sniper Hunting Products, Deer 30 Minerals, Candy Fork Outdoors, Weststone Cry-Like Realtors, TWRA, Capital Sportsman, Nashville Marine, Davidson Farmers Co-op, Courtney's Restaurant and Catering, Mowing and More, CVA, Wilson Bacon Trust, Flowers Processing and Garden Center, X-Out Odor Products, and Hunter Up.
Welcome everyone, Thursday night's edition, and I'm Hugh McNaught.
And I'm Brandon Dowdy.
We are
Southern Woods and Waters.
That's right. And let me tell you, are you excited? I know you got.
I'm excited.
You excited?
I'm excited. I'm ready to go, man.
I saw us on the trail cam. I'd be excited.
Yeah. I'm excited. Andy Coker's in town. He just got here today, and we've got
nice.
Stands hung.
All you single women, go ahead and lock the doors.
Yeah. Watch out, Andy's in town. But yeah, man, we're ready to get after him. We're excited.
It is the eve before our very first annual velvet hunt.
Yep.
It's ever been allowed in Tennessee.
First one we've ever had. We're going to end up now, we're going to have the second earliest deer season in the nation.
In the nation.
South Carolina, I believe, is the only state that's before us.
Yep.
And you know, it's exciting, and tomorrow morning we were blessed, man. It's going to be 57, 58 degrees in the morning.
So don't expect a whole lot of productivity tomorrow from deer hunters.
If your whole crew is sick in the morning, just know it's because of the cold temperatures.
I'll give you the first hint.
Yeah, that's right.
Is Mowing and More going to be busy tomorrow?
Yeah, they're going to be busy. They better be. I'm going to check on them about lunchtime.
Ain't going to have to do much because the boss ain't going to be there.
Yeah, boss ain't going to be around tomorrow. But anyhow, you know, we've got a little clip we want to show here tonight just to start off. Just some stuff we did in the field a few weeks ago as we were getting set up and getting ready to hunt. So just kind of share with everybody some of the things we look for. Alright, the reason that we've stopped right here is one of my favorite things to look for, especially on early season when it comes to bow season. We've got a persimmon tree here behind me, and this persimmon tree last year didn't really do much for us, but we're looking at it today and it is full of persimmons. So what we're going to do, we're actually going to get in here, we're going to figure out where we want to get a stand hung, and we're going to get it hung up here and get set up on this persimmon tree, because on that early August bow hunt this year, those persimmons are going to be prime dropping time. Instead of catching the end of the drop like you normally would in September, you're going to be catching the beginning of the drop of the persimmon, and those deer are really going to be on these persimmon trees. So if you can find one, get in there and get set up near it. Alright, this is another way that we use trail cameras, and this is over a mineral site, which is probably my favorite way to get an inventory of every buck that's in the area. It just seems like to us that when you have a good mineral site on your farm, every buck from the smallest to the biggest will come to a mineral site until the day that he sheds his velvet off his antlers. At that point, they'll kind of back off of it a little bit, but if you want to get an inventory on the deer on your property, that's the best way to do it. You guys know we like to use this Deer 30, the bone brew. It's worked fantastic for us now for a couple of years, and you can see right here by the hole in the ground that's in front of me that this is, I mean, they are seriously tearing this hole up, and they have now for quite a while. So we've got right here, this is the new Sniper. This is their new 4G camera. This thing's going to send me videos in real time. I'm going to set it up right here on this tree, which we have had a camera on this tree last year. We had our General on it. This year we're going to set this new 4G on it. get some more of this deer 30 put down, and we're going to see if we can't find out everything that's going on this farm. And hopefully the 10-pointer that we passed up last year in December is going to be around here this year, and I'm going to be after him hard. All right, we've been talking about these deer 30 sites. We've been out freshening all of our sites up today. This one's actually, me and Jack have been joking, it's kind of like a little watering hole that the deer have created themselves by digging on this deer 30. But this particular spot, the reason that we're set up in the corner that we are here, we've actually got a food plot over to our right that we've had for several years now, and a hardwood ridge to the outside over here, up on a hill where the deer like to bed. So this place right here is just a perfect transition area to catch the deer in the late evenings as they come down off of their bedding ridges and come down in here to feed and get water and things like that. So that's why we're set right here in this corner where everything kind of comes together. Deer love edge, and that's exactly what this is. All right, the next thing we want to talk about is water holes. This is a spring-fed pond that we've got here on the farm, and it keeps water pretty much year-round, even if it's just a few inches of water at a time. Sometimes it's not deep at all, but it's enough water for the deer to come in here and get something to drink. They like the cover of these woods being around it. They don't feel exposed like they would with a pond out in the middle of out in the middle of a field or something. And so we like to get in here and check these watering holes. We've got a camera that we'll have set up on the other end. We pretty much know where they're coming in and out of here, so we're going to look around in here. It's going to be another spot that we're going to try to get a stand hung and be ready here in a few weeks when the bow season gets open. How far is it? Now this might look like kind of an odd spot where I'm standing. This is just an open cattle gate. There's a lot of thick woods on either side of us, a really heavy thicket to the right, and some creeks and old stone walls down this way, and it just kind of filters the deer right to this area. Now this gate's been open for years, and the deer walk right through this gap that I'm standing in. You might remember in an episode in the springtime, my good friend Todd Cone shot a gobbler that had just come through this very same fence gap. It funneled here the same way. What we're going to do, we're going to take this camera. I've got another one of my generals here, and in this case we're actually going to use one of these sniper, the camera mounts, the screw-in camera mounts, and we're going to go ahead and mount this camera right here to the post on the fence. And I'm going to turn it and I'm going to face it back this way, so that way I'll get any deer that are coming, back or forth. I may get them walking away from this angle, and if I continue to get them walking away, I may turn the camera and set it in another area. But these funnels like this, sometimes we'll drive right through here day in and day out, and we never think about the fact that this is a natural deer funnel. If you'll just set a camera up on something like this right here on your farm, you very well may find out that the deer are walking through there day in and day out, and you're driving through there and you never knew it. So get a camera, set it up in a natural funnel area, something like a fence crossing, a gap like this, an open gate, maybe where a tree's got a fence falling down. There's lots of different things that can make a natural funnel, and it's a great place in the summer to figure out where your bucks are traveling and what time of day they're doing it. All right, we've got our blind set up now. We've got it tucked in here real nice into the wood line. And as you see, we'll cut as little natural vegetation as we can before we get the blind in. We don't want to disturb the area any more than we have to. So we've got it tucked in here. The next thing we want to keep in mind is not only scent on the blind, but also that on a good sunny day, coming from back behind you guys here, the sun's going to be casting in front of this blind. So you don't want that to be shining. And what we do to combat that, we use this X-Out odor spray here, and this is from Pure One Outdoors, our buddy Sean Tyson up in Virginia. And what we like about this is a scent eliminator spray, but it's also got a UV eliminator in the mix as well. And what that does is we spray this blinds down real well with them. I treat, of course, where you do our clothing and everything else, but what a lot of people don't think about is doing these blinds. So once we have them set up, we just soak them down really well. I'll go around and do all this with this UV and scent eliminator, and then we'll have our blind ready to leave, and we won't come back in here again for about 4 more weeks until it's opening day.
So, just a quick recap. When you're getting out and setting up for preseason, number one, try to keep the kids and your family involved. It's a great way to get them out and let them have a good time with you and help you out doing some of the work you need to get done. Look for some of these spots we've talked about today, natural funnels, waterways.
bearing fruit trees. Find these things right now in the preseason, and most importantly, be sure to practice with your archery equipment before you get out and get ready to hunt. It'll definitely make you a better shot, give you more confidence in what you're doing, and when it comes time to make that shot this fall, you'll be ready to go.
All right, good job, Brandon. And you're right. There's a lot more to think about now with this early archery season.
It's changed everything this year. You know,
everything.
I feel like it's, you know, I feel ill prepared all summer. You know, I work with them pretty much year round on the farms, but this year I feel behind.
Yeah.
You know, because it's here it is. You know, it's time, but I think we're pretty well prepared.
You got some great pointers there. The persimmons.
Those
you know,
persimmons
we always had. I've always scouted and found good persimmon trees, but you're right. I mean, by the time our statewide opens, there's very few persimmons on the ground.
There's some left, but we're going to catch the very first drop.
I love to hear them smacking.
Falling, so.
Smacking those jaws on that persimmons. Good job.
I'll tell you what we're going to do. We'll go ahead and run over here and do this week's weekly wild game forecast. Being brought to you by our friends at Wilson Bank and Trust. They want to invite everybody to come out and see them this week at the Wilson County Fair. They're all over the place out there. As a matter of fact, you catch them in the right spot, they're going to give you a popsicle as you're walking by.
That's right.
So be sure to stop, say hi to those guys.
Well, deer. I'm seeing deer everywhere.
It's
the little cool front that we had just yesterday.
When I woke up this morning, I had 72 pictures and videos from overnight on the camera.
They're getting active.
Yeah, and the previous to that, we're talking 15 pictures a night.
Yeah.
So when we got that one little cold snap yesterday, man, it turned them on.
It turned them on.
It's pretty neat. So.
And I tell you what, I think they're going to stay on for a little bit.
Yeah, I think they will for a few days.
And for a few days, until it gets back up to 92, 93. But fishing's been tough.
It has. We've had a tough time fishing.
There's a little transition here between them running from the deep water to the shallow water. Shad are already making their way back, so the bait fish is making its way back towards the back end of the creeks. But still, the majority of the bass and the catfish and the crappie still haven't got back here yet. So they're a little tough to find right now.
They are. It's still fun trying.
It's still fun trying. You got to stay
and early in the mornings, you know, we've had a lot better luck. First thing in the morning, top water bites on.
If you got a spook or a pawpaw or something like that.
As the heat rises, the bite slows down. But
let's say once the sun gets above the tree line, you
get breakfast at the marina. Head on back.
Right, go on back.
Well, guys, we're going to take a quick break. We want to remind you guys first, though, to come over and follow us on Facebook. What we're going to do there, we just got done doing a giveaway a couple weeks ago, and we're going to have another one coming up here soon that we've been working on that you guys are going to be really excited about this one. So come over and follow us there. Keep up with us throughout the season. We'll keep you updated this weekend, how we're doing, and you guys keep us updated as well. Now we're going to take that break. We'll be back here in just a minute with some more Southern Woods and Waters.